So we're discussing about documentation. So the documentation is so this is the one. They will provide all their endpoints which are public. So which are public and it is accessible by anyone. So private APIs won't be shared to public. So private APIs means they are sensitive and that is not shared to anybody. So and we are going to use only public APIs. So private APIs we don't have access. If you want to access private APIs, you should have so access to that company related like you should use some APIs with the tokens. You should know have the tokens. Okay. So these are the endpoints. Let's see. We'll take one of the endpoints. Okay, one of the endpoints. Go to there is a collections. You can take any one of them here. Okay, so many are there. It's up to you which one you can practice or practice more are there. So you can just take a collections. So then you can see all the collection endpoints here. Items, not items. For yeah, you can see here. So not foods collection. Yeah, here is the collection, right? Create a collection, get a collection, get all collections, duplicate a collection, right? So these are all different collections. So now first let's see the get all collections. Now see the endpoint. This is a URL. So this is the URL and this get method. So what this they have developed all collections it is going to fetch. So now if you see collections, so if you give the workspace from that workspace all the collections it will fetch. But I'll just give this is the base URL I was talking. So this is a common for every endpoint. You see that every endpoint this is a common. So every endpoint that is a common. Okay. So that's why I'll call this as a .com till .com. That's a base URL. So just copy this and go to the environments and you just given your variable name as a base URL and in the value you just put that. So then save it. Okay, that's a one variable we saved it in the dev. Similar way, similar for the, and if you want to share you can share to teammates, right? So another one I'll update in the same here also. Same variable name you provide so that the endpoints you are preparing it's going to be very easy. Okay, same endpoint, the key name, the base URL is the key, but this value might change environment to environment. So this is not same for all the environments. The value will change, but this is a common across the environments. You maintain across the environment this key. Same variable names you give, but values will change. Okay, so that's the environments preparation. Now we need to create a collection first. Let's create a collection. This is the collection, right? So I'm going to create a one collection. See, you can click on this. If you select the collections on the left side, you can click to create a new collection, or you can use this new. Okay, so just click on this. Create from template. You want to create a from template, REST API basic template, or API documentation. It's up to you, but I'll just create basics. See, the basic is already created. It is creating automatically. All the CRUD test and variables are ready now. So now this is my collection name. You can rename it. So whatever the name you want, you can keep it. So I'll put Postman collection APIs. Okay. So I can give a name also. Date. I want to give a date also. So 09/20/2025. Okay. So like this, you can develop your requests already, get to, post to, put to, delete, all are ready, but we'll modify. So this is the base URL and some info. Basic he has created, but that's not the one, right? We want. So our base URL will be not this one. So the base URL is our variable name we have given differently. Just use base URL. So how to get that? You have to select here on the top right side. So no environment, right? You select here. All the environments we created, it is going to list out. Select this. Now base URL. Then rest of the URL you can give it here. So what is the rest of the URL? This is the one, right? Collections is the one. Just give that. So we are preparing a get collections method. Collections. I can say get all collections. I will rename this. Get all collections. So, and this is no parameters. Authorization. So let's see, do we need authorization or not? We'll go through the documentation. Headers, just give accept, because we are sending in the JSON format. That's why you select application. So you will get automatically. It will list out. Okay, it will list out here. Application / JSON. So you should get automatically, but not sure why we are not getting. And content type. So you can see there is a content type. You can give application JSON. So we should get automatically here. I don't know, it's not coming. Even bulk edit you can do. You can post here also directly, and you can, if you want, you can switch to key value edit. This is the headers. For the get, you don't need any postman. That's why I selected none. Then scripts. So I'm expecting 200 states code. That will be clearly explained here. If you go to get all collections, get all collections, right? If you see this, so you have to give the endpoint, get all your collections. The response include all of your subscribed collections. So you can filter with the name parameter, when also pass the limit of and offset also you can pass if you want. So these are the query parameters they have given. Name. So by collections that match the given name. And you can even another query parameter is workspace. So if you want particular workspace, so particular workspace query parameters, you can get that also. And then keep reading this. So all the details is provided here, right? So all the details are provided here. And the response you will get it here, successful response, and 200 you're going to expect that. So 200 you're going to expect that. See 200 okay. Okay, so that we are validating here in the scripts tab. Status code 200. So let me show you how I have added here. Select this status code 200. So automatically I can write my endpoint name, get all collections status code 200. Okay, so this is the first test. Like that you can write multiple tests also. We'll see that. First let's hit this, click on send button. See what is the error we got? 401 unauthorized. So please read these errors. So your test case is failed. Failed. Get all collection status code is 200. Assertion error. Expected response to have a status code 200 but got 401. You are expecting 200 when you hit this endpoint, but you got a 401. 401 meaning I already told you. So invalid API key, because we haven't given the API key at all. Every request requires a valid API key to be sent. So I can say this test is, instead of I'll duplicate this, I'll create this as a 401 unauthorized. So first changing 401 unauthorized. Okay, 401 unauthorized. This one is get collections. So rename it to get collections. That's how you duplicate. You don't need to do again. So that will save our time. Now here instead of 200 you should put a 401. You are testing 401 scenario. So if you don't provide, if you give invalid token, you will get this 401. See, our test case is passed now. So you are getting 401. That's why it is passed. Now what about this? We didn't validate this, right? So we have to validate this JSON body also. So this entire thing is called a response object. So this entire thing is called response. From this response, you have a error object name dot field. So object name dot field. For example, if you want this response body dot error dot name. So this is the path you have to give. JSON path you have to give to identify by your postman. So which one you are referring? I am referring this. I have to validate this. Authentication error is there. That means I am testing JSON response body data. I am validating. How to validate that? Go here. Put your cursor below. This is all test cases we are writing. This is the first test case. I'm writing a second test case to validate my JSON response body data. Just click on snippets. You can see JSON value check. Response body contains response body JSON value check. So I will do response body JSON value check. See? So 401 unauthorized. Response body validation. Okay. So where JSON data pm.response.json. See, this is the one. So this is representing this entire thing. How you got that? PM dot, that means postman response, you are converting into JSON format. So that's the JSON data you got it. PM dot expect means you are asserting. Expect is assertion in postman, or even playwright, cypress, all these are, they use expect only. So expect JSON data dot So what is the your JSON data? This is the I want to verify name. So you have to give the path JSON data dot. So JSON data means I already told you this entire thing. Now you have to traverse, right? Next, this JSON data inside error is there. Error dot. If you want a name, error inside you have a name. So give the name. This is the path you have to give to equal. So you have to give this is the value you are expecting. So if you get a different value, put in single quotes and give that. Similar way you write for the second one also. So basically I am validating the JSON response body data. Okay. Now what is the here? So error dot. What is the parameter? Next parameter message.
Message. Yeah.
So and you are expecting this message. So and your test will look for that only. If you get a different one, it will throw error. Now you added two tests. This is the one test and this is another test. First test always any endpoint. Remember, status code validation is the first test case. You tell that. Second test, you explain to them that JSON body field validation. So second test case. So these are the things, different test cases we can write. Now execute it. So it will show before it was one, right? Now see two tests. So this is your one more test and this is another test. Okay. So both are passed. If you give something wrong here and it will say failed. See, it will say failed. See, this one is failed. So it is clearly saying expected authentication error to deeply equal authentication error 1. So you are expecting authentication, but you got authentication error 1. So make sure you give the proper and it will work. Okay, this is how you will prepare the test cases in Postman. So these are all response body data. Same you will get here in the console also. See how many times you hit, that many times it will show. See the post method, the method is a get method and request headers. These are all you sent application JSON format and content type application JSON user agent. These are all by default one. These two we have provided. So these two we have provided. Okay. So remaining all coming from Postman. So the host is a Postman host. API.getPostman. This is their server name. And then cookies. What are the cookies? Then response headers. See even response headers. Date, content type, content length. See 120 content length. Connection keep alive. So Xprimo options. These are all so different response headers. Now you can see a response body here. So this is the response body, you got it here. This is the response body, you got it. Okay. So this is all about so response body and response. So how you can get it. Okay. So this is you can this is for no debugging purpose. What you have given, what you are getting. If you want to see clearly, you can see in the bottom side. So this is the first request we prepared. Second request is, yeah, we'll discuss that in the evening class. Okay, remaining I will explain in the evening class. So now only without authorization we have tested now. So if you don't give authorization, that means so you are not providing any token. If you don't give any token, then you will get this error message status code. I already told that, right? You will get a 401 unauthorized status code. That's what I told, and that I have replicated here. So what I have given, see base URL value, whatever you have given in the environment variable, it is showing. See E for environment. So you will see that what kind of environment variable is this. If it is a global variable you set, you'll get a G here. Global variable means across collections you can access. If it is environment variable, it's only for this even collection. Even for this collection also you can use this environment variable. But if it is a collection variable, only for this collection it will be used. Okay. So that is the this environment variables, how to prepare the first request, and request body, what you are going to have, and response body, what you are going to have. See that body, cookies, headers, even response headers also will be there. Request headers will be there, response headers will be there. Then test results. If you prepare a test cases like this, then you will see them. If you don't prepare a test cases, you won't see them. And here you will see status code, and the status code message. This is the unauthorized is the message, status code message. So this is how we will prepare API test, API request test cases. Clear? And evening we'll see remaining all this. Then we'll go for the automation. So tomorrow morning we'll connect 1.5 hour session, right? Raksha, so is it fine for you? 6:30 our time.
Yes, no problem.
For Indian people, it will be 5 p.m. But morning classes for Indians, it is same 1 hour only. Uh, so get ready for that because we have to complete this by this month ending. No doubt, and we can finish.